It's just different.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, you gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got a lot. I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. Said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity into the stress.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I appreciate y'all hanging out with me here today. We're going to be talking about 5 steps that you need to take to make sure that you're growing your small business in 2024. Well, honestly, if you follow these steps, it'll work year after year. It really don't matter which year it is, but it will be 5 steps that I am going to share with you guys today. Make sure that you're hitting that like button, you hit that subscribe button, you share this out with 3 other business owners that you know need to level their business up here in 2024 and put some more revenue in their pocket. Once again, I'm Dr. Travis Davis. I've been in business over 11 years, mainly focusing in on the government contracting side, but we've been able to expand our wings in multiple different markets, and we've been able to generate quite a bit of revenue and create wealth for ourselves. And I've taken the mission to be able to share this information back with other business owners and entrepreneurs. We have tons and tons of training sitting right here on our YouTube page, so make sure that you guys are hitting that subscribe button and you're sharing this out, and take advantage of all the free training that is on the live section of our YouTube. We're going to have a lot more videos coming up here soon to the YouTube channel, so make sure, again, you are subscribing so you do not miss out on those. We are here Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone each and every week, going over different lessons to make sure that you guys are leveling up. So let's get ready to dive into here. Don't forget, make sure you always put in the comments where you are tuning in from, whether you're listening live or on replay. And last but not least, that you're putting I am a millionaire in there. You never know when you can network with the one person that can help change your life, as well as you're not going to get to a millionaire if you don't believe that you can become a millionaire. So when you type that in there, it's really for your beliefs. I listened to something over this weekend that really made sense to me, guys. And they said in order to get to where you want to grow to, you're going to have to use somebody. And a lot of times we're scared of using each other. But you could get to a million really, really fast if you realize that somebody out there has every resource that you need currently at this moment. They have every person that you need to know. They have every piece of material. They have the check, everything that you need. So we got to be in the mindset that I'm going to use somebody, and in the process of me using them, in return, they're going to use me to get something out of it too. It just so happens that somebody's going to get used a little bit more than the other, but that's how the world works. Everybody uses somebody to get to where they want to be, and that's not going to change. So that's why it's always important to make sure that you guys are networking at all times. After I heard that one. So before we dive into how you guys are going to grow here in 2024 with these 5 steps, Want to see who we got in the building here. We got Tony. What's happening, Tony? Caught alive. I appreciate you being here and glad that you were able to jump on this live segment with us tonight. Make sure, again, you guys are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out. Tim, what's going on? I appreciate you being here as well. Millionaire in the building. Z, what's happening? Another billionaire in the building. And Tony is watching out in Atlanta. Appreciate you being here today. Now, I'm going to start this off with the very first one here. Let me pull this up. I got to get to my notes section. Let me move this up out of the way so you guys can actually see what it is that I'm doing here. Now, once again, we're going to be talking about the 5 smart ways to grow your business. If you guys have any questions of anything that I go over at any time, make sure that you put it in the chat. If you do, put a Q in front of it because I do ask you guys to be interactive. That way I can go back and scroll to it a little bit later on if need be. So if you do have a question, put a Q followed by your question, and I can find it there a little bit quicker here. But the very first thing that we're going to do to make sure that we're growing here in 2024, if I can find where my notes section is at, there we go, is we need to make sure that we have innovative marketing tactics. And, something that I learned when I was growing my business and scaling up to make $1 million, I realized this study, and I'm pretty sure you guys have heard it too, that majority of businesses don't make it past 3 years. And I really had to keep asking myself, why is it that businesses don't make it past 3 years? And I kept talking to individuals of businesses that didn't make it past 3 years. And it didn't dawn on me until I started talking to my elders who had businesses that were running for 25 years, 30 plus years. Once I sat down and I talked to them, they gave me the recipe to make sure that my business will stay up and running. And it was the marketing. All of the businesses that crash in 3 years forget this thing called sales and marketing. I actually like to flip it around to marketing and sales, because here's the thing. I've never ever seen a business grow without leads. It's just almost impossible. So what are leads? It's usually people or businesses that's purchasing your products or services. Now, again, I bring the government to the other side. It doesn't really change too much. It's just you can't get this customer to purchase your products and service the typical way. So we kind of put them over here to the side. But at the end of the day, if you're selling, okay, it really don't matter. They're a lead too. We just call them contracts. So we got contracts with the government, and then we have leads coming from our consumers, and then we got leads from our business owners, which develop into contracts as well. So if we can keep that in mind, before we can sell anything, we got to focus on getting people to see our stuff. And in today's time right now, people's attention span is like 3 seconds. So you got to be even better at marketing than what you had to be before. But if you are not good at marketing, you never make a sale. Or you'll make some sales. It's going to make it harder for yourself. So I'm actually a part of this cohort, and they had a question. I wasn't able to make the last one, and we're going through some scenarios of a business of solving a problem, and there was a spa there. So I'm actually going to share with you guys my response that I sent in the email because, I was a little late there and I wasn't able to make it. So I still wanted to provide my input because that's what I promised that I would be doing to be a part of that cohort. So I wanted to share it with you. So let's change my screen here. Now the user has a spa. Now, what I've realized about marketing is everybody can't get the same marketing. Yes, you may be in the same niche talking about your craft, but we got to understand who we're talking to and what place they're in their life, because everything needs a different message in order to get the lead to turn into a sale. We must focus on the marketing. So since this is a local business, a spa, they need people to come through the door. The marketing for getting people to come through the door is completely different than getting people to click on a button and swipe with their credit card. It's completely different than getting the business to sign a contract with you. So we can't pay attention to what's going on the internet. That's a very dangerous thing to pay attention to if you're a local based business and you need that foot traffic to come through your door and you're trying to use online people's marketing tactics to grow your business. So my first word of advice to her was, and you guys will notice, nothing changes about how I do marketing. It doesn't matter the niche. If you guys understand me, I cheat. And if you take the concept, it works for everything because marketing is marketing. So, innovative ways. The very first way to find the innovative way to market in your niche is we got to cheat. I said a simple thing. I would research the top spas in the US. Now, the reason I'm saying the top spas in the US is this. Well, this is a local based business, right? That need people to come through the door. So I don't care where the spa is in the United States. If they figured out how to have a lot of customers and they're making a lot of money, I can copy that because they've figured out how to get people through the door. That is what I'm paying attention to. So I don't care about my local mom and pop shop. I don't care about anybody on the internet that may have a traveling spa or something that they go to locations all across the world. I don't care about them. I want to know what are the multi-million-dollar spas, they could even be franchised, that figured out the formula to drive people through a local door. That's the very first thing that I'm going to start with. And I told them, look, once you figure that out, it makes it all easy. You're going to copy what they do and put a splash of your brand in it. Don't change it up too much because they've already answered the equation. You can put a splash of your brand on it by adding incentives, creating a bonus onto what was already being offered. That's how you just add a splash to it, but we're not going to change the structure of what works. After I said that, now I just gave a list. I would try it all out, honestly, because at the end of the day, marketing, nobody really knows the true answer. The only way that we understand what works truthfully is when somebody swipes the card, signs the contract, they buy. That is when we know things work. Other than that, marketing is all about trial and error. So the next thing I said, okay, I would also recommend that you survey your current customers. She said that she has 5 current customers. She's looking to get 15. Anytime you got a customer who buys, we want to get their opinion. Like, why did you buy from me? What could I do better? Because the key to this whole marketing thing is I'm going to be growing the list. And if the buyers can tell me exactly what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong, they're going to teach me how to go back to my list and eventually convert the other people to buyers. Now, one key that I said about here, you really need to listen to the words that your buyer gives you when you do this survey. Don't make it like multiple choice. You want your buyers to type it in. If they could give a video instead of typing, that's cool too. And the reason why is because I need their words in order to sell to the people who aren't quite sure whether I'm the right fit or not. Buyers know how to knock down that wall of fear from the people sitting on your list. They will instantly turn them into customers if you listen to the words that your buyer uses and you take those exact words and you put it back in your emails, You put it in your headlines. You start using them in the videos that you create and the content that you put on Instagram, because it's going to be the trigger words that make everybody understand. I'm telling you, it's the sauce. The next thing I advise them to do, especially because they're a local-based business, but I think all businesses should do this, is to run ads. Now, the beauty about the ads for Instagram, Facebook, Google, YouTube is we can actually tie it down, right? I can niche this thing down and say, okay, well, we only want to run these ads to people for 10 to 15 miles within the location of the business, which again, we're not paying for people who aren't around in the area. Perfect. That's exactly what I want to do. Now, how do I make the best ad? I talk to my buyers. My buyers are going to tell me what to say in my ad in order to attract the other people to get through my door. Now, what I advise them to do, when you go to run the ad, it's really about building the list, not making the money. You have to understand this. I told you the list is going to be the money. As long as I got a list, I can wake up and send an email one day and make money. But without a list, I'm always paying and searching for new leads. Now, the easy way for them to capture the leads, again, this is creative marketing. The easy way for them to capture the leads that we're running 10 to 15 miles away from their building is to focus on the pain points of why people would come to a spa and create education around it. A PDF, some type of video course or something that says, hey, I know your back is hurting. Well, here's the 3 reasons why, or something of that nature. I'll give it to you in exchange for your contact information completely for free. Well, now my list grows as I'm paying for those ads. I know that everybody that's opting in is within 10 to 15 miles away from my location, so I know they're close. Now that I got them on the list of their pain points of the spa, I can just keep drilling them with emails, text messages, emails, educating them of why they need to get to my spa. Yes, your back hurts. You can't fix your back. We can. Yes, your leg hurts. You can't fix your leg. We can. Mother's Day is coming up. Don't you want to be in a spa? I can control it now. All because I ran the ads to the education, not to the sale. And I will easily be able to get your clients if you build that list and the strategy that I told them right there. Okay. The next thing I said is I would create a spa membership. Here's the thing. Again, I don't create things new. I watch what the big boys do. The big boys are selling memberships right now. Subscriptions. Every single one of them are doing it. Tesla, Microsoft, ChatGPT, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Everything is switching to subscription around you, so you shouldn't be any different. This is a sales model. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with a niche industry. It's the power of sales. Well, everybody opts into subscription, so as a spa, you should have that too. And if you understand how subscriptions work and memberships work, usually people forget about it. And in a spa world, locally, people will sign up for things in the beginning, but they're only going to come like once a month. Yes, you give them a deal that if they came 3-4 times out of the month, they would be taking advantage and saving money. But they may do it for the first month. The next month they come one time. The next month after that, they don't come at all. That's just revenue that's coming into your pocket. So absolutely, we're going to have a membership checkout option for the individuals that want to pay for membership. It just increases the revenue. The next thing that I would create to help market the brand is a referral program. Again, I don't create this stuff. I just pay attention to what's going on. There's no difference because you have a spa. There's no difference. Whatever your industry is, you should have a referral program. Allow your customers to either generate revenue with you. As I said in here, they get a free service of the spa once they sell a certain amount, get new members. but reward them, because the majority of your best customers that you're going to have as a business owner will come from word of mouth. So make sure you invest in that. And the last thing that I said two other things. I told them, make sure you pay close attention to your Google My Business and your Yelp page. This is SEO, search engine optimization. We forget what we do as business owners. We forget how we look for other businesses. We go on Google and we type in there, where is a notary near me? Well, if you want to be found on Google when somebody types in notary near me, you need to know how to optimize your page to pop up when people are looking for notaries near me. So as a spa, what do people type in the internet to find a spa near them? You need to invest in making sure your pictures are really good on your Google My Business profile and your Yelp page. Don't allow people to put their own pictures up there. Control the platform. We're going to optimize it correctly, and we're going to put professional pictures up there with our store hours and make sure that they can contact us, because it is a local-based business. And when people have local-based businesses, they search for them on Google and Yelp. And the last thing that I told them to do was to partner. Again, the easiest marketing tactic. Find somebody who already has gathered all of the audience of people, and then go present your services to all of them. This could be a conference of what I told her. You're going to present your services at the conference that's going to have 4,000 people sitting right there. This could be a local event with your government. Partner with your local government that's going to get all of the small business owners put in one place. You got your YMCA. There's all types of community events that you could go to. But don't create your own event because you're not an event person. That's not your craft. So don't try to structure this event to get people to come through your doors. You get mobile and you go to the person who already knows how to put the event together, who already knows how to put the people all in one room. That ain't your job. Your job is now to focus on everybody in the room because they're locally, and serve them and make sure you can capture their data while you're at that event so you can keep marketing to them to come through your door. So that's number one. Innovative marketing tactics. That's the first way that we're going to make sure that we get wealthy here in 2024. If you guys pick that up, I want you to put a fire emoji down there in the chat if you understood number one, innovative marketing tactics. If you came in late, make sure that you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs, and you may got to watch this on replay because I can't go back because we got 4 more to go over here. Now, before we get into the next 3, I want to make sure that you guys visit dollars2cents.com. Once again, make sure that you guys visit dollars2cents.com. Come up here, click on community. You'll be able to join our private community right here so you can stay updated about everything that we got going on and you won't miss out on a beat. Also, we have SB GovCon Live. Yes, SB GovCon Live. This is our 30-day challenge that is starting June the 2nd. I believe this is one of the best things for all of you small business owners to get involved in. For 30 days, you guys are going to be with me, and I'm going to teach you everything that I know about sales and marketing to help you grow your consulting business. Yes, I believe that everybody should have a consulting business no matter what the niche is. And on 30 days, we're going to teach you how to do this and connect it with government too. Because we should be consulting as we speak. It don't cost you no money to be a consultant. You can make a whole lot of money if you know exactly how to be a consultant. And we're going to be teaching you this June 2nd for 30 days straight. So make sure you guys visit sbgovconlive.com and get yourself registered today. Last but not least, you guys can visit govconcheatcodes.com. Once again, that is govconcheatcodes.com. You guys will be able to find and access everything that we got going on, whether it is our challenge, if you would like to access any of our softwares, SB Money Flow, Pure Money AI, any programs that we got going on, GovCon Cheat Codes University, or our 30-day challenge. If you would like a consultation, it's right here as well. And last but not least, you can visit our store. You can actually buy the programs that we have. Some of them, this is just like a quarter of it, but some of the programs that we have in our GovCon Cheat Codes University, you can get those a la carte, as well as you can get a Pure Money t-shirt. Make sure that you guys check that out if you're looking to get one of those shirts. We can hold you down and make sure that you can access that. Now let's get back over here to number 2. If I can change my screen. It's just different. All right. Number 1 was the innovative marketing tactics. Remember, all of this stuff starts with marketing. If we can't market anything, we can't sell anything. It should be marketing and sales, not sales and marketing. So we learn how to get in front of our customers, our clients, whether it's B2C, B2G, or B2B. All of them need marketing. Yes, you have to learn how to market to the government. The difference with marketing to the government is they're not on Instagram. You can't run ads to the government. The way you market to the government is you actually get in front of the government at industry days, and most importantly, you submit proposals. If you're not submitting, you're not marketing. You're just talking, okay? So that's why that's a different strategy with that customer. But they're all leads at the end of the day. Number 2, after we get done with that, is financial management tips. Guys, here's the thing. Oh, man, my screen just did something funky. If you can't get your finances right, we're not going to make any money. It just doesn't work like that. You have to have good budgeting tips to make sure that your cash flow is always running. Now, I see a lot of things that's about to happen coming here in the future. I pray it doesn't, but statistically says it's going to happen. A lot of people got too house rich. They purchase houses at a high interest rate, also at a high price. To where if the interest rate goes down, they're going to be paying too much for a house every month. You got a lot of people paying almost $3,000 a month for a house that used to cost $2,000 a month. When things reverse, they're still going to be paying $3,000 while everybody else is paying $2,000 a month. See, this is just understanding finances. I see people selling their house right now that have under a 4% interest just to go get into another house at 7% interest. Sometimes you just got to be patient and wait for a second. We're in a capitalistic economy. So we should always have a mindset that we got to capitalize. And the biggest expense that you're going to ever have in your life. I want somebody to type this in, remember this, because it's very, very important that you remember this on top over anything else that I ever tell you guys. Before you even get into government contract or any type of business stuff, guys, this is our number 1 expense in everybody's life. I don't care, black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican. I don't care the race. Everybody's number 1 expense, except for the Asian community. This ain't their number 1 expense. Everybody else it is, though. Is your lack of financial education. If you refuse to invest in how to become financially smart, everybody's going to use it against you. What do I mean by this? Well, if you don't figure out how to become financially smart, they told you to put your money in a 401k. Well, they're going to make 50 times the amount of money that they're going to give you back in that 401k. So yes, you may be making a couple of dollars, but they made 10 times more dollars than what they gave you back. So they cheated you out of your money because of your lack of financial education. You have realtors and loan mortgage providers, underwriters and stuff, giving people properties at a very high interest rate when they know they can't afford it. But if the numbers crunch and say, well, you can pay the bill, you may struggle with everything else, we'll put you in the house. So now you become house poor. because of your lack of financial education on learning strategic ways that you could have purchased that house instead of just going the basic way that puts you into a high percentage interest. Yes, the other ways would have been a little bit harder, but it would have saved you tons and tons of money. It's called creative real estate. Everything's creative. It's amazing, too, that they always call everything creative when it's outside of the normal. It kind of scares you a little bit. But what if I told you purchasing property on subject to deals was the normal? They created the infrastructure for the people who refuse to go get educated so they could take advantage of you. I'm telling you, there's other ways to buy real estate to make sure you aren't on the worst end of the stick. Again, financial education. If you do not sit down, you can watch videos on YouTube. You can go to your local college and they probably got free programs. But you must start getting educated right now and educated fast in finances. The other key to this, let me share my screen with you guys again, especially if you're thinking about going into business. Now, I'm pretty sure my screen did something funky here, so I'm going to have to switch to this. If you guys plan to get into business, okay, it's here. You got to have QuickBooks. Something. You guys can go to travisknows.com, come down here to QuickBooks, and you could get a deal right now for 30%. You're going to save 30% on QuickBooks for the next 6 months. Now, I want you guys to type this number in the chat. I want you guys to type 1,000. 1,000. Wherever you're listening right now, I need you to type 1,000 in the chat because I'm about to say something and I really need you to understand what I'm about to tell you right now. And 1,000 is going to be the key to what I'm telling you right here. 1,000 needs to be the minimum that you need to look forward to pay for software and technology to help you grow. Every month, $1,000 is what you need to look forward to paying for software and technology that's going to help you grow in 2024. Now, I know this number is scaring somebody. $1,000. Wait a minute, Travis. Like, that is a lot of money. I get it. I completely understand it. But if you factor this into your budgeting, your finances, like I told you before, this will not cost you one single dollar. Now, back in the day, in order to grow $1 million business, you had to have probably somewhere around minimum of 6 employees, 7 employees. Minimum. Everybody had to do work. So if you have 7 employees to generate $1 million, guess what all of those employees cost you? Money. Well, we're in 2024, where back in the day when I started business, one employee would cost me an easy $80,000 a year. I'm telling you that there's now software, AI, systems, SB money flow, which we're going to talk about, that you guys can literally for less than $1,000 a month, which is less than $12,000 a year, $13,000 a year if you just want to round it up. For $13,000 a year, you could have 10 employees by utilizing technology. So when people tell me $1,000 is a lot a month, I understand you don't want to become a multi-million-dollar business because you can't get there without the systems. I'm telling you this because we need QuickBooks. You're not going to scale and grow your business if you're not monitoring your transactions. So this is one software that we got to have. When tax time comes, I need to be able to click buttons and get the numbers printed out. You guys want investors to come in and invest in your business. They need to be able to see profit loss sheets. And ain't nobody investing in no business that don't make no money. So start making money. But we must have a software that tracks our financial transactions. This QuickBooks is not for your personal spending. This is for your business, which means you need to have a business bank account attached to this, not your personal bank account. Now, you should have a system for your own personal money too, but we're talking business right now. We do not commingle funds. All right? So now we're going to invest in that software. I think this may be like $80 a month. Matter of fact, let's just see. $21 a month. It goes to $30 afterwards for a simple start. $63 a month. It goes to $90. That's not $1,000 a month. That means that we still got money for more software because we're going to need it. The software is going to help us move really, really fast. And yes, there will be a learning curve, especially when it comes to finances. Here's the other kicker too. I'm not telling you to learn how to become tax pros. I'm not telling you to learn how to bookkeep smart. But if you want a tax person, if you want to make sure your bookkeeping is correct, guess what they're going to need? QuickBooks. That part ain't going to change. They can't help you out if you don't have a software. And I'm not saying just QuickBooks is the only one. It's just the one that I use and a lot of other people. But there's other softwares out here as well that does the same thing that QuickBooks does. All right? That's number 2. Our financial management. Once again, drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you guys are understanding what I'm telling you thus far of how to make sure that you are going to grow wealthy here in 2024. Now let me get back.
Just different.
We got to get to number 3 here. Number 3. If I can find out where my thing went to, I don't even know where my drop down stuff went to. Ain't this something? I gotta find my drop downs. Man, I don't even know how to change my stuff back. My notes. I can't find it. Technology here. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna have to freestyle number 3 off the top of my head from what I think I can remember. Because I can't find my notes here. Man, that's crazy. None of my stuff is popping up for me. My computer did something funky and it lost all of my screens here as I was talking. All right, well, we got to go to number 3. Number 3 is this. Leveraging technology. You know, I just talked to you guys about having technology for your books, your QuickBooks. I also informed you guys what we need to make sure that we have $1,000. I stress to you guys, we need $1,000 that we are sitting to the side because we're going to prepare ourselves to pay for this stuff that we need. So I already know there's more tech that's going to be involved in here. The next thing that we are looking to invest into is some type of technology that can help us out with automations. Oh, I was able to find it. Here we go. We have to be able to leverage technology. Now, when I'm talking about leveraging technology, like, look, guys, I don't just want any type of technology. My goal of leveraging technology is to replace people who would usually do the work. Once again, we are in 2024. You are watching. I don't do anything new. I'm not telling you guys to create anything. That's the last thing that I want you guys to do is to create. So I'm not creating strategies either when I tell you guys about it. I want you guys to pay attention to this. What is every Fortune 500 company doing at this moment? And they've been doing it for the last year, if not more. I think it happened during the pandemic. They've been cutting people. Job layoff after job layoff after job layoff. Now, most people would complain and say, this ain't fair. Well, I don't think they really care what you believe is fair or not. They're still laying people off. And if you would just go look back in history, this ain't nothing different. The railroad industry, they got laid off. When the automobiles came into place, when tech started coming into place, the internet and computers started coming into place, a whole lot of jobs got laid off back then. Now we're in the AI time. It's happening 10 times faster than what it used to do before. But if the big boys are laying people off, what does that mean? That means that technology is replacing your average skilled worker. What is an average skilled worker? Posting your marketing stuff on the internet? You shouldn't have a full-time job for that. You let technology do that. Answering emails and responding back, you shouldn't sit there and do that all day. You can attach AI to your emails and AI can respond to the emails. Scheduling meetings, making sure you're following up with people. You shouldn't be sitting there following up with people and ain't no deals getting signed. You let the technology follow up with the individuals, and when they're ready to close the deal, the technology will bring you on. But you don't talk to nobody until they're ready to close. But in order to get to that, you got to build out the technology. But if you're not leveraging technology in 2024, I'm almost for certain I know what's going to happen to you by 2025. Your doors are going to be shut. And then you're going to work for the people who did leverage the technology, hopefully if they got a job available for you, because your average skill sets ain't good enough no more. We don't need an assistant sitting around no more that just knows how to type. You got to be able to know how to do a whole lot more than typing nowadays. We don't need you to code no more. So you're going to really have to think outside the box. Customer service ain't never going to go nowhere. So the people who refuse to leverage technology, you could be working for customer service. That will always be here. You can transition into that. Cybersecurity will be here too. But you're going to transition to go and work somebody if you don't figure out how to leverage technology in your stack. Number 3. Oh, that was number 3, leveraging technology. Number 4 is you got to be able to build a strong network. Guys, I made this statement earlier. Every successful person that I know uses somebody else. But just think about that. No billionaire got to a billionaire by themselves. They used somebody to get them to their billions. No millionaire. I'm walking living proof. Myself, nor any millionaire that I know, became a millionaire by themselves. They used somebody. And you don't always have to get anything in return when you use somebody, but you better know how to use them correctly. I'm telling you like this because, see, in our community, a lot of times these words that I say right here makes people feel uncomfortable. Like, oh my God, I can't use nobody. Well, why not? You see, the issue is when we say this, I can't use nobody, we thinking about using our neighbor next to us. Our neighbor ain't got nothing, just like I ain't got nothing. So yes, you would be using them and taking advantage of them because you know they have nothing. But when I went to my mentor, who makes well over $250 million a year, and I needed him and I used his network and his operations, it didn't cost him a damn thing. He appreciated me using him. He enjoyed that I came to him and said, I need you. Can I use you? He said, oh, well, Travis, I got the resource right here. let me call and pick up the phone. You can use me anytime you want as long as you use me correctly. And just like that, I got everything that I needed. All because of my network changed. It shifted. When you start to realize that there's people out here that already got everything that you need in this life, anything that you could think of that you want, there's a ton of people that have already obtained it. The issue is we're stuck looking at the people around us that ain't never asked. They ain't never got outside and built a network of people out of this circle. They keep driving down the country roads 2 hours to visit the same family. They got the same network year after year. Nobody's trying to do anything better. But they keep visiting each other and they keep having conversations with each other and they keep complaining and saying things are working against them. But not one time did anybody say, I should stop talking to the same people over and over again, getting the same results over and over again. I should go outside of my current network and start the process of building a new network. Instead of this network being the same broke network that isn't getting the results that I want in life, I'm going to go over there where the grass is greener and I'm going to humbly ask for help. I'm going to ask for exactly what I believe that I need to get me over into the grassy area to stay here forever. And you will realize that the people who sitting in the grass, they've been waiting for you to come. Use me up is what they say. Just don't use me stupid. And watch how fast you get to everything that you want. But if you're not willing to build that network, if you're not willing to use your voice, you're prolonging what could have happened for you in a year, 2 years, all because of your community put this fear in your head. And I tell you, it starts early. I'll tell you how early the fear starts in your head of asking strangers for help. This is how early it goes to. It goes back to when you're a kid and your parents say, don't talk to strangers. Like we get that drilled into our head as we're a kid. Don't talk to strangers. Don't talk to strangers. But when I'm out here in the streets and I'm in different communities, I see the little kids come up and talk and say anything, and the parents just sitting right there monitoring the situation. But in my community, if you allow your child to talk to a stranger, I can't say the words on here, but it starts with an R, the adultery and all that other, or I forget, predators or whatever they talk, all of that comes into play. And it's drilled in our head at a very young stage that when we get older, we're still scared to talk to strangers. I'm telling you, break those shackles. You have to be willing to use a stranger to get to where you need to be. And that stranger is going to be okay with it too, because chances are they're going to get something out of it as well. I don't know too often that you can use somebody and they get absolutely nothing in return. Even the billionaire, if you use them to help you get to a millionaire, guess what? Something's going to be getting in return. Whether you're donating to a presidency, a politician, your senator, your council person, something's going to get done in return. I know because I've gotten to that level. I thought the billionaire was just, well, they ain't a billionaire. I thought the 100 millionaire was literally just helping me out. But once I got to the next level and they see me, they called me in and said, hey, Travis, let's have a conversation. Hey, you remember when you asked me? Yeah, I do. Well, my buddy's running for office. I can pull the text messages up too. My buddy's running for office. Here's the link that he needs for his donation. What are you going to do? Not donate? You see how this works? Everybody uses somebody, and we got to get in the habit of that. Number 5, last and not least, but before we get to number 5, drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you are still with me. If you've picked up 1 through 4 so far, if you got any value out of that, I want you to go ahead and drop that fire emoji. Don't forget, make sure you guys are hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this live video out with 3 other entrepreneurs right now so they can understand how to put dollars and make it make sense. Because that's all we do on our podcast segment each and every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern is make dollars make sense. Make sure you are also visiting $2cents.com. Click on community and join us over there. I just put the link in the chat as well so you can stay updated about everything that we got going on over here. Now, number 5, last but not least, this one is a very, very important one as well, is you must have some type of customer retention strategies. These are often called CRMs, customer relationship management softwares. If you do not have a customer relationship management software, that means that you're going to be following up with everybody yourself, which can be done. But at a certain point, if you're talking about making millions of dollars, you're not going to be able to follow up with all the people to make millions of dollars. It's just impossible. That's why we're going to be putting $1,000 to the side every month to leverage the technology to get the results that we need. We're in 2024 where technology can do the job that 10 people used to do with just one software. Now, since we're talking about a CRM, a customer retention strategy, I'm telling you guys, one of the best softwares out here, SB Money Flow. Not because it's mine, but because you can get full access to all of my technology outside of having full Pure Money AI. Well, I guess you could add Pure Money AI on and add Master Pro. You could add all of these on for less than $1,000 a month. You can have QuickBooks, your CRM, your website builder, your AI technology, your tool to run your ads, your automation to do the work for you that other people would do, your social media manager, your email follow-up, all of that inside of SB Money Flow, and it's all going to cost you less than $1,000. And you don't have to jump around to different softwares. So when we start talking CRM, let me switch my screen here. I should be able to have automation flows that say, hey, when I get new leads to come into my pipeline, whether they clicked on a website, they responded to an email, they responded to an ad, I gotta be able to track it. If I'm not tracking it, I'm not growing. Every time I make a video, I need to track the results. If I make a video and I put it on YouTube and I want 100 people to take action on what I'm saying and I know I got 100 people viewing it, if I get the 100 people, then I should keep doing exactly what I was doing in that video every time. If I don't get the 100 people, then I should probably change things that I'm doing in the video and try it again. And then if I get 5 people out of the 100, I'm going to ask the 5 people, what could I do better the next time that I make the video? And guess what they're going to do? Tell me. But the beauty is I'll get to track it. If you don't have these tools set up, now you're saying, okay, the brain's going to remember it. Let me tell you guys this one thing about the brain. The brain is the ultimate computer out here. It's 10 times better than a Chat GPT, Claude, Google systems, whatever system you give me, the brain, your brain, my brain can compute 10 times better than the AI system. And I don't care what quantum computer that they talking about. It's the fastest computer. I don't care. There's no computer in this world faster and better than your brain. Now, you got an opportunity that you can update your mainframe in your brain by keep reading books, keep watching videos, continuing to educate yourself. You update it. Or you could just allow the brain to be stagnant, stay exactly where it is and complacent, and it won't grow at all. But if you keep feeding the brain, oh man, It works in a crazy way. So if you have this data right here and you guys are tracking your customers or your potential leads, if the brain keeps seeing you take action and not getting the results that it wants, guess what the brain's going to do? Figure out another way. And that's what you guys are scared of a lot of the times. You're scared to use your number one computer system. Yes, you're going to learn new information. If you've never sold $1 million before, the brain don't know how to do it yet. So you're going to be taking action so the brain can start to update and go, okay, well, we've learned how to make $10,000, brain. Since you've learned how to make 10,000, I know you can do 20, brain. Brain, you've now completed $20,000, brain. How are you about to do $40,000? I'm going to take the actions that the brain gives me. And the man upstairs is going to be what's filling that brain. And that's why I'm trying to tell you the brain is the most powerful thing, because he created it. And he told you you got everything that you need. You have a computer. Everybody got a computer. You can't listen to me right now without a computer. If you have a cell phone, you have a computer. Let the brain go to work. It will take you places you would never believe. But here is the issue. Since the brain right now, even as I'm talking, the brain is processing the things that I'm saying. It's also currently at this moment, if you're distracted right now, you got kids in front of you or a TV on watching the NBA playoffs. It's also noticing that too. It may glimpse at it every now and then, but information came in. You seen a score 5 minutes ago. Like, it's also listening to noises that's going on. Maybe a garage door just shut and it got distracted for a second. Guess what else the brain is doing? It's thinking about tomorrow and the workout that you got to do or the work that you haven't completed yet, all while you're listening to me right now and trying to learn new information. That's how powerful the brain is. It's also smelling something, because you could be hungry. We on a late night too, and you try to say, well, I'm trying to listen to this and fight my hunger at the same time. And the brain is computing all of this stuff at the same time, but yet we put so much pressure on the brain because we don't invest in software. We say, hey, brain, you've never made $1 million before. You still got to do all of this stuff every day. But here, by the way, I want you to remember to follow up with 15 people. Like, come on, why you just do that to the brain? You know the brain ain't going to remember to follow up with them 15 people. You didn't write it down nowhere. You didn't set no reminders. So now you asking the brain to be a workhorse that's just out of this world. When all you had to do was leverage the technology and sit the brain down for 1 second and construct how the technology needs to flow for you. With SB Money Flow, if you would just sit down for 1 second, we can automate anything. If a person needed to ask you a question in your DM and you know these questions, the same questions get asked over and over again, we can automate that process so you never answer the question ever again. Instead, you let the tool do it for you. If you're going to be making videos and running ads, we need to set up the flow of what happens when a person opts into your ad all the way up until they buy and receive what they purchase. We need to automate that entire process. Every email, every onboarding, every follow-up, every text message. All we got to do is sit the brain down for a second and say, how should we do it? It will come up with the flow. Then we leverage the technology to operate it. And then guess what happens? It ain't all going to work out the way that the brain thought it would in the beginning. But the brain's going to learn as you put stuff out there and people don't opt in. People don't buy. You're going to ask yourself, well, why didn't they do it? Oh, it was because you didn't put the button right there for them to check out. Well, the brain knows how to go back and fix that. Those are small things that we can just now go back and tweak, but we don't have to redesign a whole structure. You got to be willing to jump out there. You got to be willing to do this stuff afraid. But you got to understand that you got the number one computer sitting between your two shoulders that will not let you fail if you believe in it and then you take action on what the brain's telling you to do. And if you truly believe in your brain, that means that you believe in the man upstairs, because once again, he's the one who created it. He's the one giving you all of the knowledge and the information, every piece of wisdom. Wisdom brings you riches. You can't get wisdom without the brain getting smarter. The only way that the brain gets smarter is it takes in information and then it takes action on what it thinks to prove what it's computing is true. Just like a computer, because this is the ultimate computer that only one man can create. So we need to start focusing on utilizing it 10 times more than what we're doing. Once again, if you guys are interested in getting SB Money Flow, the number one system, the number one tool that can help you find government contracts, do all of your research in just a couple of seconds. We don't take all day to do this stuff no more. Follow up with all of your customers. Do all of your social media marketing, all of your automations. Process all of your payments. Create your pipelines. Conversate with your leads. It's all done inside of SB Money Flow. You guys can get it by visiting sbmoneyflow.com or going to govconcheatcodes.com. Hopefully you guys got some value out of today. If anybody has any questions, you can feel free to go ahead, drop those in the chat. If you guys do have those, let me make sure that I didn't miss any questions before we close out here. Don't pile yourself with expenses so you can invest. Hey, that's a nugget right there. You know, when we start talking about those finances, it becomes really, really hard with finances if every time you get money, you buy liabilities with it. I showed an example on my taxes today on my Instagram channel. If you guys haven't already gotten to my Instagram channel, I highly advise you guys to check me out over there on Instagram. You can take a screenshot of that QR code or you can go official Travis Davis. But I always advise you, if you're still thinking like, is that guy trustworthy or whatnot, I'm telling you I'm not. Don't you buy nothing from me, because I don't play around and have time with people looking for scammers or thinking that I'm trying to take advantage of you or any of that. That's not what we're doing over here. So if those are those thoughts in your mind, I'm telling you, I'm that person. Join me over on Instagram, learn a little bit more about who I am. And when you find out I'm not really that person, then and only then do you join what we got going on. But I'm not here to force anybody to do anything. That's why I'm telling you right now, I have no sympathy about helping you grow. But if you come playing with the scamming stuff, you're really going to make me mad. So don't do it. But anyways, that's my Instagram. You guys can check that out. Stay up to date with my thoughts. The way that I move and operate, I try to put it in my stories because it erases in 24 hours. If you guys are looking for more information, more training, more education, so you can keep updating that mainframe, make sure that you guys take a screenshot right here. This is the YouTube channel. I had a couple people put on the YouTube. Well, he hasn't made videos in years. I make videos every week, Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. They're just lives. They're usually an hour long, a little bit longer. Yes, you have to sit down and watch this stuff. One day soon, I'm going to make shorter videos, but as of right now, I'm just not doing it. So you can make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you can go back and watch these live segments. There's a lot of value, a lot of information sitting right there in those lives. So I highly, highly advise you guys to go check out the lives. Now, I'm still going to stress this comment right here. It's important that your very first investment should be in you and your brain frame, that computer. If you're not willing to invest in this computer right here, I'm telling you, you're not going to make it. You can't put $5,000 into real estate and become a multi-millionaire. Of course, somebody out there is going, you can do it with no money. Okay, there's people out here that got an anomaly, but you gonna work real hard because you ain't got no money. Instead, if we just start budgeting correctly, you'll have enough money to make all the investments that you need. I promise you. You don't need all that house right now. You don't need to be driving the BMW, the Mercedes, all the stuff that got high maintenance costs to it. It's just eating away your money. Don't worry about all the designer stuff right now. And this is for the people that's trying to grow. If you ain't trying to do this, you ain't trying to run your own business, then you don't need to take my advice. Go buy the clothes, buy the car, get house heavy. But for the people who are trying to make a change in the next 3 to 5 years, I mean aggressively, well, we need to lower ourselves. We got to lower those expenses to the bare minimum so we could take all of the other money that we get and start investing it. And the very first investment is going to be that $1,000 that you need every month to make sure that you invest in these softwares, which is investing in you so the brain can move freely. Ain't got to think about finances. Ain't got to think about how do I find all of my receipts and stuff for taxes. It ain't got to think about the websites and the following up. You're investing in you. And you are the only person who could take $5,000 and turn it into $5 million. Ain't no real estate going to turn $5,000 into $5 million. Ain't no stock. I heard this fool on Clubhouse one day talking about he's a billionaire, 24-year-old billionaire that started at $250. Like, look, come on, man. You make it tell everybody else that. But ain't no trading going to happen at $250 and make you a billionaire. It ain't even going to make you a millionaire. You're going to lose the money. But if you take that same $250 and you go to a conference, you buy a book, you get somebody's course, it can change your life. And you need to start focusing on marketing and sales. Because I ain't never seen anybody's life get changed. I ain't never seen anybody's wealth grow without selling something. You could try to avoid it, but you can't get there without selling something. And you can't sell anything if you don't know how to market and get in front of somebody. So we got to constantly learn marketing and sales. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Pick up the book. It'll change your life. Phil, what's happening? We got Phil in the building out in California. What's going on with you? Got Amber in the building. What's happening with you, Amber? Appreciate you being here. Did I miss any questions? Simone, what's happening? Appreciate you being here as well. My guy Lewis, what's going on? The brain is a powerful tool. Come on now. You can't beat it. Cannot beat the brain. Not one person can beat it out here in this world. All right, guys. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me here today. Don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Drop a fire emoji down in the chat if you guys got any value out of today at all. Don't forget, when you do watch a video, when you see any video that you got information from, I just ask you to share it to somebody else, because I know you know at least 3 people of a video that you watching that need to find out about that education. And if you really feel bad, if you really feel good, you want to do something great, go ahead and tag me in it on Instagram so I can give you some love, and I appreciate you showing me the love as well, so we can continue to spread this message. This is how we're going to keep the channel growing and educating our people on generating some money, and stay away from them people in Atlanta that is taking advantage. They are crazy out there. Oh, I tell you, they got some crazy stuff going on out there. But that's neither here nor there. I love you all. I hope that you guys have an amazing night, and I will see you back here tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, streaming live on YouTube, Facebook. We're on LinkedIn, and we are on Instagram. We're going to be going over government contracting tomorrow. So those of you who are interested in government contracting, make sure you bring your questions. We are live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And on Thursday, we are live talking about SB Money Flow. My SB Money Flow users, Thursdays is yours. Let's talk. Let's build out your vision. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow.